It is time to turn the microphone back on. It is a Thursday night, and I am a Screaming Wyvern, and I like giant robots. Got my Transformers shirt on here, and oh, there's a couple back there. So yeah, I was the target audience for Transformers growing up, the Generation One, obviously. Uh, And when I was a little older, I spent hours making custom battle mechs that would set off one volley of attacks and then immediately become useless because I understood nothing of heat disbursement. Um, Later, I found my guilty pleasure, which is Neon Genesis Evangelion, which, if you don't know what that is, it basically comes down to what if a Mech Warrior campaign was run by a suicidal person? Um, and then a couple of decades later, when he was feeling better, he went back through all of his notes and decided to be a little worse in some ways. And honestly, that's uh that's where we connect um my ramble here with tonight's game, Rig, by not writing games. Um because one of the things I saw in the rebuild of Evangelion, which basically was a series of four movies, which started telling the story of the original show and then went slightly off the rails. Um, in the third or fourth movie, I couldn't actually find this. There were a series of Evangelions, which are basically the living mecca of the show. Only they were the remnants of a failed coming together of humanity and the aliens that humanity calls angels. And they were just these mindless, soulless beings that occasionally would try and figure out what purpose they might have and just kind of drag themselves through the world. And when I was reading through Rig, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is this is giving me the same feeling that those things did." Which was obviously followed very closely by. So yeah, this is a perfect game by any stretch. So uh, I feel like there should be some seg, but I can't think of one. So let's just go ahead and go over here. I need to get. I always like to have my links on the screen. Rig is by. And I didn't get that done. You may be wondering, is that because you spent too much time tracking down a copy of Cruel Angel's Thesis as played on a kazoo? And yes, yes, I did. Um, and the tragedy is that it didn't even matter because no one was on yet until the absolute end. Okay. Play along with me, not writing itch.io /rig. Okay. What do I have here? I'll go ahead and scooch that up there. I will go ahead and scooch myself. No. Oh my god. Okay. Let's move the creators link. Okay. And then we're going to move my camera. And then we're going to put the link back where it belongs. And that should leave me mostly able to see everything. That should be good. So, little character sheet going on at the top here. So if you pick up Rig, which obviously the fact that it is here suggests that you should. I don't review games, I just play cool things. You've got the main book, which obviously you can see over here, and there's also the play grids. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and turned the main combat grid, along with its reminders and stuff, into a playing board for Tabletop Simulator. The mapping tools are kept simple, so you can just go ahead and scribble them down. But I've gone ahead and made those into a bunch of cards that I can use and just go ahead and gently plop into place. Allegedly. Doesn't matter yet, but. And of course, I have a crap ton of dice, but where the, I made miniatures. Yes. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed pretty much everything I could think of from the Neon Genesis wiki, and I just went ahead and made all sorts of nice little miniatures. It's such a pretty day. Shame to waste it. So let's go ahead and cover it up so that we don't have to see it. Okay. Let's see. What do we need to see? I think I've got everything here. Yeah. That all seems to be fitting just fine. So let's go ahead and get started. Wake up, pilot. You're alive. Good. Drink this. Don't worry, it's Hycean, not that old queeper shit. Someone must have cared about you to bury you this deep in the firmament. Were you rich, pilot? Probably just lucky. That works for me. What do you remember? Do you know the Mars songs? Do you know the Empire or the Worm? Were you a citizen? How far was Earth's reach? Okay, what about your name? Endocortex must have some rot. Don't bother with the infinite. Your soft is too old. I'll find something. I'll be your local admin. Found you with a rig. A mech. It's a good one. A dead core. Good way to hop the gaps, deal with threats, and we have problems aplenty right now. Listen, I need your help, pilot. Took a lot to get this high up to find you. Haven't had the time to scrounge. I need fuel, hardware, parts. So you climb into that corpse, get the dead core going. You might not remember how, but your soft will. There's good augments new pilot, top of the line ones. Already took care of the handshake for you. Dead pilot for a dead rig on a dead planet. You'll fit in perfectly. Welcome to your rig, a reclaimed dead core, a murdered mech. This is your transport up and down recombinant Earth, a weapon against other rigs or worse, and your avatar for the time here. It has room for 5 pieces of equipment: left arm, left shoulder, and legs, and 1 core, which is both your rig's heatsink and chassis. Your rig needs legs and a core to be operational. To begin, select one of each type of equipment for the basic equipment list on the next page, or roll 1d6 to get each at random. I recommend the highlighted options to start. You'll get more equipment soon. Your rig can mark up to 10 heat, 10 damage, and as much ammunition as we can find. Mark 10 ammo on your rig sheet now. And while I'm here, that's the wrong line. While I'm here, let's go ahead and mark those as null. Okay. I found some old soft that should get your endocortex probably synced to the solitaire system. Let's go over that now. I'm pretty sure something followed me up here. Okay. I need to quickly grab myself. That is the wrong page. Let's try components. Let's try cards and a standard deck. And I want a couple of cards out of here. I want an ace. I want a 3. And whoa, that's the entire deck. And I want another ace. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff back. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Make sure I put that somewhere useful. Nope. Pull that down. Okay. Flip that and put it on top. Flip that. Put it on top. And flip that. Put it on top. Okay. So, basic equipment. Okay, the core is a reclaimed blade core. Now, you may think, well, that's kind of a weird symbol. Down here, it looks like we're dealing with dice numbers, but dice don't go up to 7. Wait, 6, 7. Yes, okay, I got that right. Well, hypothetically, what that means is that I need to get a combination of 7 to use it properly. So let's move on to the legs. Okay. I don't need to change that, but I'm going to. So apparently we're going to start off with Combinat Biped Boosters. Combinat being a company name. The legs can be used on a 1, a 2, or a 3. I should actually be keeping notes about what these things do. Harm, heat, range same, clear, 5 heat. Put that on the next line. That's perfect. And now let me realize, no, that's not what I want. I'll do it that way. Okay. And so I move 1 with that. The left hand is going to have a reclaimed bullpup which is a kind of pistol. That could be used on a 4 or a 5 to harm 3, range 2, ammo 1. Right hand. So making sure I'm doing this right. Yeah. What does that look like? That looks like the right shoulder to me. So we'll go ahead and put this down as a Millsoft rocket pod, which will do us a harm 2, range 4, volley, ammo 1. And that is on a 4, a 5, or a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. When you explore, you'll use solitaire to find your way. It's impossible to share networks anymore, so survivors pass around soft like this to track what's happening. I'll keep yours up to date. Start by taking the jokers out of the deck of playing cards. Every time you explore, draw 3 cards one at a time. Each card has a location, threats, and churn. And of course, solitaire does not mean that this is a solo mech game. No, it actually means single observer location, interface tracking, and information reconnaissance Earth. We use the first card as the location. This will give you a 5x5 square grid. Draw any features onto your copy of the combat sheet. Your rig's starting location will be noted with a star. Place a figure, die, or some sort of token for your rig there. So solitaire has a read on your location. Get any ace from the deck. Oh, it's an ace. How weird. And draw the details from its location. And okay. Ace. So, which of you is Shinji? There you are, Shinji. Okay. Oh, Shinji's a little too big for the board. Let's go ahead and shrinkify him. Okay. Okay. So I am looking. Okay. The first thing we have here is an obstacle. So that's a building, a mountain, a really large corpse, whatever. They block line of sight, and nothing can move through it. This is difficult terrain. Maybe it's debris, maybe it's fire, maybe it's a warp in the space-time continuum. You just need a little extra time to move through it. So, 1 extra move point. And then there's this asshole. This is a pit. Holes in the surface, gravity wells, antimatter, or whatever. If anything moves into a pit, it is destroyed. Churn. The second card you draw gives us the churn. Recombinant Earth doesn't stay still long these days. Churn can be more obstacles, space-time anomalies, modifications, useful material, or even new equipment for your rig. Any churn effects happen after you draw the card. Note them on the combat sheet. for reference, you have grabbed the entire deck. And look, it's a 3. Churn. An ambush. When you determine threat, if possible, add 1 more of this encounter's threats in your rig starting square. If that's not possible, or if you drew a face card, discard both cards and draw another churn. So whatever happens from the 3rd card, it's going to go ahead and try and give me an extra one. Some cards will have ammo attached. These are bullets, magazines, rockets, and other ordnance your rig may need to activate its equipment. You get any noted ammo if you beat the encounter. How weird that my nemesis or whatever isn't going to just let me take some of their ammo from them. Survivors. There are other folks out there, pilots, survived somehow. If you beat an encounter, mark any survivors attached on your rig sheet. You can't mark the same survivor more than once, no matter what they say. Finally, use the threats from the 3rd card you drew. This will give you a general description and locations on the combat grid, A2, D5, etc., enemy, rigs, monsters, etc. Use something to depict these threats like miniatures, coins, dice, anything you can move around. You'll also need a way to track how much damage each threat has marked on them, either by writing on the grid, using dice, tokens, whatever. You determine what threats do by using a d6. When combat begins, roll 1d6 for each threat, and consult their entry to see what they do for each given value. Threats move, if able, to a distance where they can do damage to your rig. Threats always want to be at the optimal range for their attack. Don't do damage when you move threats. That happens at the end of the combat round. Threats avoid pits if needed, but will move into difficult terrain and around obstacles. 2 threats can occupy the same square, and your rig and 1 other threat can occupy the same square. Something in the same square is at a range we call same. Very logical. Everything moves orthogonally, up, down, left, right, never diagonally. This is also how you calculate your equipment or a threat's range by counting squares orthogonally from the source of the attack. And weirdly enough, it's another ace. Okay. Go down 1 more. An ace is something called an Ananzer tank. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this guy down a lot. And then I'm going to make 1, 2, and unfortunately for me, 3 copies of it. So I start off with one of these tanks in B1. B1. Oh, go back to top side. Another one in B1. And a last one in E2. And then, because of the ambush, this guy is trying to stand on my guy's head. If I'm going to do that, we might as well have fun and see it. Okay, make sure that everything is still visible, because God knows I have been known to forget to check my camera. But no, everything seems to be where I want it right now. Where is the pop out the screen button? There. Okay. So, here's the combat phase, which, for my convenience, has been put onto the grid sheet. So, first off, we determine the threat actions. So, they're going to each roll a 1d6. Then that's going to decide how they move. I'll go ahead and pull this over. So, zoom in here. So, on a 1, 2, or 3, then it's going to move up to 3 spaces. It can do 1 damage to me with a range of 3. And then on the 4, 5, or 6, it can still move 3. It's going to do 2 harm to me. Okay. I need to check this keyword. Let's see. Whee. Range N. Okay. Can hit 1 target exactly N squares away. So right now, this guy, 1, 2, 3, he can do a range of 3. This guy, not range of 3. He cannot do anything. 1, 2, 3, everything is fine there. But if he was any closer, then he wouldn't be able to hit me on a 1, 2, or 3. So that's how that part of it works. It's really simple. So move threats to their closest effective range against your rig. No more than 2 threats, of course, as discussed. Then I get to activate my rig. I get a free die for every die above the first one. I have to mark heat. I can't have more than 10 heat, and of course, you need to get that lowered later. If your heat is in your max, it's max, then it takes damage instead. So yeah, basically I can keep overheating myself and take damage. That'll be great. Go ahead and go up to 10 damage, 9 damage, and 10 heat. Don't do that. If your heat is at max, mark damage. Roll and assign each die to equipment that has a matching value. You don't need to use every die. Each part of your rig can be activated once per round. You may add die values together. For example, you'll need a total value of 7 to activate your blade core. And then you may move up to the total movement value your activated equipment gave you. You can also stay still. And then, at the end, all harm is dealt at the same time. Armor before harm, force movement after harm, and then the threats, how they go. So, first off, we have the threats. Let's go ahead and we're rolling for this guy in the back. Okay, that is a 5. So he's going to be able to move up to 3 spaces. And then he's going to do double damage or 2 damage if he is 3 away from me. This one got a 3, so oh no, this one can be 2 or 3 away from me. This one is stuck. Go ahead and roll this. So he's able to go closer if he wants to. and this guy is obviously going to need to move away from me. So now they get to move. Currently, he is at 3. I believe it would be a good strategic idea for him to move here. Because if I move this way, then I'm going to still be in range. And if I move this way, I'll be in range of his buddy. Second guy has to keep me at 3. I don't think there's any value to him moving anywhere. He's at 3, and this guy obviously needs to move away. Put his die with it. Okay. All the dice are still pretty easy to see. What I want, I don't care about using my core. I don't so the harm heat range same means that if we go back, the reason why this is a dead core is because someone cleanly shoved a sword right into the engine block, which killed the mech, but also gives it a damn fine weapon in that I can go ahead and pull that sword out, and it's going to have a harm equal to as much heat as I have. So that's brutal. Right now, when I have no heat, not necessarily the most useful thing. Get back to my screen. Yeah, there we go. I definitely want to have my left hand and my right shoulder. So I need a 4 or a 5 for either of those. So I can also get a 6 on the right shoulder. Now, I do have a word here, volley. That means that it ignores line of sight. So the fact that this guy is hiding, although I can definitely go around it, that just makes it easier for me to use my rocket launcher. So I really want at least 2 dice to get 4, 5, or 6. So let's go ahead and use the standard one for my free die. I'm going to go ahead and grab a black and a red. And that's going to increase my heat to 2. Grab all these and roll them. Okay, so I have a 5 and a 6. So the 6 goes to my shoulder attack. The 5 goes to my hand attack. And the 3 lets me move 1 if I want to. If I'm here, he is in range 2. He is in range 4. So everything is beautiful and perfect and fun. Okay. I have no armor. So I don't get to do anything with that. So let's go ahead and start with him. Local admin note, these damn tanks, whoever grew them for their wards, long over now. The reclaimers are all dead, and the sovereigns long since fled. With its 5, it gets to do 2 harm at a range of 2 or 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it can't actually hit me anymore. Up here we have a 3, which means he's got a range of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, he can't hit me anymore. Same goes for him. And this guy, if he had rolled high, would be able to do 2 damage to me. But alas, that's what he did not do. So first off, I have my handgun. I'm going to take out one of my ammo, and I'm going to do 3 harm to this guy. Tank 1, tank 2, tank 3, tank 4. So that was the one that started right next to me, so I'm going to do, should I count down, count up? Yeah, I should count up. Okay, and let's go ahead and mark you as tank 4. You will be tank 1. You will be tank 2. And you will be Bob. Because I don't want to be predictable. Predictability causes death. And then I have my rocket pod, which does 2 harm to tank 1. So drop that down to 2. And that gives us round 1 done with. Okay. Pull these over and together. Make sure they're still on the screen. Yep. Okay, so the green one. Whoa, no, that's silly. Stop it. The green one was for tank 4 before. Let's go ahead and not do that again. Remembering that it's kind of important for me to roll for specific guys. So with a 6, move 3, harm 2, range 2 or 3. With a 2, move 3, harm 1, range 3. With a 2, move 3, harm 1, range 3. And with a 5, move 3, harm 2, range 2 or 3. So right now, he can get me. If we assume that their banks have some information about the kind of core I'm in, he would know that I can only go 1 space. I don't know why I'm starting with tank 4, but that's beside the point. So I feel like we've kind of got a chess thing going on. If I go here, he'll be able to get me. If I go here, well, I'm technically in range. 1, 2, 3. Technically in range of both of them. I could jump into the pit and end this game immediately, which, seems like a bad idea. So let's not do that. I think its strategy is going to be that either of these locations are fine. These two absolutely need to be on a 3. So he is going to want to move there. No, I don't know why I'm assuming the tank's gender. And Bob, they can move there. Okay. So, am I going to do heat? I'm okay with 2 additional heats. And we'll go ahead and roll this. And, nice. 2 4s and a 6. There's no movement happening. There's just standing here, but I can definitely get both shots off. Since I can't move, I'm not going to move. That probably makes sense. And let's go ahead and deal with everyone in order. This is tank 1. 1, 2. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. He cannot hit me, so I am safe there. Tank 2. 1, 2, 3. Tank 2 can hit me, so let's go ahead and mark a damage. Bob, 1, 2, 3, can hit me, so that's a second damage. And tank 4 can hit me because it doesn't need to go that far. So damage of 3. Now it's my turn. Okay. I have my bullpup with a range of 2, and tank 4 is still in range of that. So we go ahead and we realize that we cheated, and we're at 8. Now we're at 7. And he has taken his last point of damage. Go ahead and clear his name. Now then, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And just like it was before, that's 2 points of damage. We'll go ahead and clear out your identification. You guys back into the pile. Okay. So, tank 2. Tank 2 continues its streak of rolling 2s. And Bob gets a 5. Okay. So, I am going to need to move. If I move here, then I can hit you and I can hit you. You are going to be able to go 3. If I stay here, I'll be able to hit you. I think you're going to move here. For the tactics. I think you are going to move here. Also for the tactics. Because that puts me in a situation where I don't think I can move to a place where I can hit both of them. But I'm still going to go ahead and take my 2 heat. Okay. So I am only using my shoulder weapon. So I need to get into 4 of one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm already in 4 of him. If I move here, I'm out of range of anybody. Okay. So damage phase. You rolled a 2. Put that back over there. So you have a range of 3, and in no math does that work out for me. You rolled a 5, so 2 or 3, but you have the same problem. I, meanwhile, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Bob takes 2 points of damage. Okie dokie. That was pointlessly high. Thank you, game. Pretty much the same as we had last time. Now, of course, I haven't been moving them onto the rough terrain. The situation right now isn't really requiring it. So that's pretty much optimal for him. Let's see, if I move there, he'd want to be there. If I move there, he'll want to be there. If I move there, it's probably moved. So I think he's gonna want to just be here. Wait. 1, 2, 3. That would be 4. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, which would be bad. So yeah, it's all a question of whether or not I can move. I have 6 heat. That's kind of bad. I really don't see an alternative, but that seems kind of bad. Okay, 5, 4, and a 1. So I do have the option to move. If I move here, I can shoot at him, but I can't reach him. He's too close for the missile. If I stay here, I can shoot him, but he's too close for the missile. If I move here, I can shoot him. There is no space really. I mean, I can kind of be a dick if I move here, because now they can't hit me, but I can hit them. So that's what I'll do. And so that's 2 points of damage to tank 2. Okie dokie. So it is vitally important that I cool down my rig. Oh, tank 2 no longer rolling low. So that's interesting. So both of them are going to be in the same position. And I've kind of checkmated myself, as it were. One, two, three, unless I move here, in which case it's 2. One of them should be able to reach me no matter what. Okay. I need to go ahead and maximize my heat to try and cool myself down. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't help me at all. So yeah, they can both hit me. And they've rolled high, so that is 4 damage coming to me for a total of 7. Oops, I forgot to move, which is really important for tactical decisions. But I hit you for 3, and I hit you for 2, which means you both get your identities cleared out and return to the side. Okay. Um. So the question is, can I safely stand here? Okay, no. So here's how it works. I'm on the right screen for this too. There are 3 main areas. There's the firmament, which is superstructure near where the moon and Mars were. Then there's the surface of the planet, and then there's the core underneath the Earth, which is not a good thing. You progress through recombinant Earth by having encounters and discarding cards. Some cards will allow you to discard other cards, hastening your descent down the layers. Refitting your rig will shuffle cards back into the deck, delaying your process. So, I go further in by clearing out the deck. As soon as I've gone through all the cards here, then I move down to the next layer. Anytime that I want to change gear, I need to refit. So that shuffles everything back in here. Shuffle the whole deck, and then I can go ahead and change stuff around. And that's the only time that naturally my heat is going to dissipate. I'll go ahead and put the... So, now that I'm done with that, I use 2 ammo then, I get 1 more, so I now have 6 ammo. I have 7 damage. If I fail in an encounter, I'm going to be forced to refit, because strangely enough, since I'm already dead, not going to slow me down too much. So let's go ahead. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull the location. If this is a face card, that's going to be essentially a boss battle. This is a 5 of spades. So move Shinji. No, Shinji's got to be back in the middle. There are voids here and here. Make this easier on myself. And some kind of rough terrain there and there. Yes. Okay. Is there anything else of note there? No, there isn't. Okay. Second is the threat. No, second is churn. Um. A shattered planet rising over recombinant Earth. I immediately gain an extra ammo. Was there anything else from the... Another ammo. I get to start whatever this is at 7. A shattered planet rising over recombinant Earth, somehow, clears 5 heat. We are happy to hear that. And the actual threat is macromites. There is a lot of those. Who wants to be a crap ton of tiny guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good lord. One, two. Okay, so for starters, you guys are going to shrink down some more. Small as you can get. Mama. Okay. So. Oh, these are macro mites. I'm still going to keep them that size because, you know, they are mites. You are going to be mite 1. Mite 2, mite 3, mite 4, mite 5, mite 6, 2, 4, 6, and mite 7. Good lord. Okay, so mite 1 is going to start off at B1. Mite 2 is going to start at D1. Mite 3 is going to start at A2. Mite 4 is going to start at C2. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where is... Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, mite 5. There. And I am being flanked by mite 6. And mite 7. So I guess what I'm saying is this might be a long battle. Anyone? Right. Okay. The mites. They all have 4 hit points. They have to be right next to me, which is fine for these 3, obviously. Let's go through. Okay, so by the numbers. You can move 1, you can do 1 harm, but it's at a range of 1. You're going to go ahead and sneak there, which is as close as you can get. Might 2. You can move 1. You do 2 harm if you could get in range, but you can't. Let's see. You would be able to do 3 damage if you were able to reach me. There seems like a good place. Five. You're in a perfect spot still. Put them on top of the dice. That might be useful. Okay. So they're all going to have their chance to hit in a moment. Really don't want to overheat myself, so we're going to go ahead and only do 2. 6 and a 4. That means that I can use both my weapons. I cannot move. I am not actually in a position to use my missile launcher, so I should have refit. Six. So I guess I am taking 2 points from him, 2 points from him, 1 point from him for 5. Which cuts me down like a dog. Woof woof woof. Go ahead and clear these out. Because I'm refitting anyway. Win. Okay. Clear out all their names at once. I can. And we can take these. And put those all back. Let's go down here. Voids go here. Put those over. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay. So, since I have to do this anyway, and I never got to even take 1 hit. Let's go back to here. I can't say I'm completely understanding how it is that these reclaimed bipeds can give me +1 ammo, but I shouldn't complain. I think I think that after what I've been through, I'm going to go ahead and trade out for the reclaimed reverse joint legs. They only let me move on a 2 or a 3, but they let me move 2. Okay. The bullpup is fine. So the only reason why I have a weapon in one hand to start with is to keep it simple. I had range 2 and I had range 4. 4 and a 5 as well. Really don't have many options that are going to vastly improve my die ranges. Um, I'm going to go ahead and grab this trench gun. It only has a range of 1, although it has a harm of 2, which that's fine. You'll notice it's missing the word ammo on it, which means that that's going to give me something I can use all the time. Um, I kind of like that. Okay, so the scatter pod here does 2 damage to anyone who is in 2 squares of me. This is tempting too, though. It's the same rolls. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and take the heat vent. So on a 5 or a 6, I can use that to clear 2 heat. Because, remember when I was talking about how I made mechs back in the old days? Kind of acting like that's the case here now. Okay, and I also get, one d6. Nice. So I now have 13 ammo. So that's not a problem. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle these a few more times. And get back to the firmament. The firmament. Okay. Too far. Let's just that pile. The soil of the firmament is rotten, broken. It's all dead metal and plastics that no biologic can consume. This is the domain of the grip. Space and time will bend and warp around its corpses. Keep your distance. Avoid the pits. Keep your flesh safe. Mind the spiders. Lots of things up here scavenging anything they can to survive. There's this weird edge on this too that makes it look. Oh, that's called the highlight cursor. Okay, 2. I start in the corner on this one. So unless things show up with the hover, there's a possibility that some of them are just going to straight up die the second they come in. Some say we made the firmament to avoid war, so we could build from everything the grip gave to us. Me, I blame the worm. Okay, 10. Cryo fluid. If your rig starts around in difficult terrain, clear one heat. We don't have any difficult terrain here. No difficult terrain. It's all bad. Your rig was killed properly, pilot. Blade right through the heart. Perfect way to make a dead core. Can't kill what's already dead. And if we go down here, 9. Border satellites. At the start of each round, roll 2d6 to determine the column and row of a square twice. If either result is a 6, re-roll that die. At the end of each round, deal 2 harm to everything in those squares and place a pit on those squares. Survive 5 rounds. Okay, I want... Do I have red pawns? Yes. Drop a couple in here. Okay. So 2d6. We're gonna have 2. So in this case, it's turns. Okay. So we are on turn 1. So, black can be X, red can be Y. X, Y. Well, I'm not happy about that. So some of them are giving me detailed instructions on dealing with a pit, but this one is not. So basically, if I don't get out of the square, you've already lost. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's mine too. So here's my turn. I don't have any way to shoot. I need a 2 or a 3 to move. So I'm going to go ahead and risk some heat. Three. So I can go ahead and move here. No damage to those locations. Just more pits. Okay. That was turn 1. Turn 2. That was not intentional. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's not affecting me. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. So I don't need to do anything. If I get a 5 or a 6 on my free die, then 5. Nice. Clear 2 heat. Okay. Turn 3. Three and 5. Well, that looks familiar. Stop that. 3 and 4. How cute. Let's. No. Pull another die in. And I got a 2 and a 3, so that was overboard. But 1, 2. And that's 2 more pits. I could have taken legs that gave me hover, but no. Turn 4. That's the corner. And another spot that's already been hit. So I don't need to do anything. I'll roll my free die, of course. That's a 5, so I can clear the heat. Well, wasn't this one relaxing? Okay. Final turn. 3, 4. and 1-1. So I survived unscathed. Let's see. Did I gain anything from this? Border satellites? No. Relics still guard the old borders. We were lords once, do you believe that? The living routers who brought order to the firmament's chaos. The Shattered Planet Rising gave me another ammo. And nothing from that. Okay. That seemed like a good idea at the time. It was not. Okay. I believe this will be the last encounter for the night. We start on 6. So we have a void surrounded by buildings. Okay. Shinji can just go ahead and start over here. Next card. Next card is an ace. Anything starting around in difficult terrain clears 1 damage. Well, that sounds familiar. And an 8. Oh, it's more of our friends, the tanks. Okay, so we'll go ahead and let these grow up a little bit bigger. The 1, the 1, E2. Okay, and I'm going to need another die for those. Everything is nice and visible, so good stuff. Okay. Okie dokie. For tank 1, we have 3. For tank 2, we have 1. And for tank 3, why do I feel like I said tank 3 twice? Oh, well, whatever. So that is going to be move 3, harm 1, and range 3 for everybody. Right now, you can reach me. You two can't. But you guys also have some line of sight problems and some other problems. 1, 2, 3. You're in a good spot. And up to 2 can share a square. Okay. So ideally, I'd be able to move one so that I can shoot with my bullpup. Just check. When you move, it's just up to, right? Yeah, it's up to. Perfect. Okay. So I'll go ahead and use 2 heat. See what happens. Um so I can use this 3 for my move as expected. So I can actually use my trench gun on one of these guys to avoid having to use an ammo. For the 6, that means 1, 2, 3, 4. I can shoot that guy. So I like this turnout. They cannot reach me because I'm too close. I'm too far for him. So tank 2. They roll at 4. Yes. Yes. Tank 2 here. Why not? We'll take 2 and tank. Where are you? Tank 1. We'll also take 2. Okie dokie. Round 2. For this guy. This guy. And for this guy. Okay, so move 3, harm 2, range 2 or 3. He is not in a position to take advantage of either of those. Both of these are going to end up. You need to go. So from here, I can't reach them. They can't reach me. It's all stalemate. I'm only going to add 1 heat this time. And see what happens. And in this case, the 2 means I can move, and the 5 means that I can use any of my weapons. I'm going to go here. I'm going to use my bulldog, and I think I'm going to go ahead and hit the 3rd tank. Interesting. Okay, for tank 1, which is you, you've got a 6. For tank 2, you've got a 4. And for tank 3, you've got a 6. All of these are the same. Move 3, harm 2, range 2, or 3. No, that would be the better location. And you're coming along strong. Okay. Stick to the only doing adding 1 heat for me. Give it a roll. That's a 5 and a 6. That's weapons. So there's no movement happening here. I've got him at 4, him at 4, him at 3. Because it's got the volley, I can't. Well, because it's got the 4 range, it doesn't matter what line of sight it is. I can use one of these to go ahead and do damage. I think I'm going to take down this guy at the bottom. Let's just go ahead and use the heat sink to clear 2 heat. Okay. So he can't do anything. 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. That is good enough to do 2 damage to me. And this guy can't reach me, but I can reach him. So that's an additional 2 damage. So he gets his name removed and taken off the board. Okay. Put that die back. So for tank 3, 5. And for tank 2, a 6. Same as before. Can do 2. So if I move into range, this one, I go into range. If I move to be able to take this one, then I get in range of him. So I feel like they're in good spots. And one of them will be able to shoot me, whether I move or not. Except 1 heat. A 6 and a 4. So I can't move. I can volley over here. And then he can shoot me. And I think I'm going to have to accept that. So I'll clear out some heat while I'm at it. And then I will take 2 damage. And you lose your name. Okay. So it is down to you, and it is down to me. Okay, so it's only a 3 this time. So if I can move, he cannot hit. So he's going to stay where he is. I absolutely need to move. It's 2 extra die for a total of 3 heat. That does not allow me to move. That is. Okay, I can do range 1, 2, and 4. I cannot move. So yeah, another round of lowering my heat and trading it for damage, but this time it's only the 1. So small victories. Okay. So he's going to do full damage this time if I stay 2 or 3. And I can move. I can't use my trench gun, though. So everybody hurts. I'd say sometimes, but the time is now. Okay, so I take 2, and he takes 2. So you close your name and go in with miniatures. Okay, so 3 heat, 6 damage. That's not great. That's not wonderful. So I get 1 extra ammo. Oh shoot. I did an awful job of keeping track of that. So I had to have hit everyone twice. So that's 6 by definition. And then plus 1. Was there anything exciting about just that if I started in bio-augment fluid? But since there was no difficult terrain, that wasn't happening. Well, I got moved a little bit, I suppose. So yeah, that was our first episode of Rig, and it looks like there's going to be some more to come. And that will happen next week. Looking forward to it. But for now, have a good evening. And I'm afraid I closed the YouTube link, so you'll just have to suffer not suffering again. And until next time, good night.